Alright guys, the second phase of the 2.7 version update is right around the corner. We're about 1 week away, which means we're about to get the hype release of QIUYUAN's banner very soon. Finally, a new male addition to Wuthering Waves. QIUYUAN is an incoming 5-star arrow sword sub DPS character. His outro skill can grant 50% echo skill damage amplification to the incoming resonator, while his resonance aberration can increase the crit damage of all resonators in a team by 30%, all while doing damage from his cool looking sword gameplay, making him a formidable support for certain teams. So in today's video, we'll cover everything you need in order to fully get ready and pre-farm for QIUYUAN, with his ascension and skill materials, the best echo builds, team synergies, his best weapon options, and finally, we'll wrap up with the big question: how much value does QIUYUAN have in the first place, and should you pull on this character? And if you guys do enjoy the guides, as I typically do about 1 week before a character drops, make sure to like the video, subscribe, put those notifications on for more WUWA news right here on the channel. But alright, starting off with his pre-farm materials to take him all the way up to level 90 and max out his skills. For the ascension materials, you'll need the following whispering cores obtained from normal enemies. The world boss material, you'll need 46 of the truth in lies. It's obtained after defeating the boss Fenrico. You'll also need 70 of the wintry bell. This is the overworld material found on this location right here on the map, right outside the Bellborn boss location. Alright, next up, the forte materials. You'll need more of the required whispering cores. Since QIUYUAN is a sword character, you'll also need the required forgery challenges to acquire the needed metallic drip. And for the weekly boss material, it's going to be 26 of the Curse of the Abyss obtained from the Fernodian Leviathan boss from one of the recent updates. And the good thing about this is players who have not unlocked this boss fight can challenge it by going early in the guidebook and selecting the weekly challenge tab. Lastly, make sure to prepare at least 2 million shell credits, and now you are ready to fully ascend and upgrade QIUYUAN to his maximum potential. I can also mention the skill priority. You want to prioritize his forte circuit and resonance separation above all, as the most of his team buffs are inside these skills. Once those are upgraded, then you can prioritize the normal attack, resonance skill, and intro. And if you guys are in need of lunites for the exciting incoming characters, check out this top-up website called Loot Bar. Loot Bar provides 23% off compared to the official in-game purchases. And here's how I got 6,480 lunites for $75 instead of the in-game price of nearly $100. You go to the top-up section, proceed to checkout from the wide variety of payment options, and then provide the account info. Within 3 minutes, the purchase will be completed. The double top-ups are also included, and you can even become a VIP member to obtain various discount coupons. They even have excellent ratings on the Trustpilot website. New users get a 12% off discount coupon, and spending at least $80 within the first 30 days, they can redeem a free monthly pass. They also have a special event for the 2.7 banners, 5% off for new users, and 3% off for existing users. Check out the link in the description and pinned comment down below to save with Loot Bar. Alright, now to go over QIUYUAN's best echo builds. The best one is definitely going to be the 3-piece Law of Harmony echo set, as this one increases his heavy attack damage by 30%, while also granting an echo skill bonus to his teammates by 4%, which can also stack up to 4 times. This will enhance both QIUYUAN's support capabilities and personal damage. And for the 2-piece, could be anything that provides 10% arrow damage, like the Sierra Gale set. But speaking of this set, a secondary option would be the 5-piece of the Sierra Gale set, especially for players looking to maximize QIUYUAN's personal damage output to give him up to 40% arrow damage bonus. Now, to also mention the main 4-cost echo that you want to go for, mainly it's going to be the Nightmare Philian Beringa, where the resonator with this echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% arrow damage bonus and a 12% heavy attack damage bonus. But when farming for his mats, you'll also come across the Fenrico 4-cost echo, which also give him the same buffs, so you can use that as a second alternative. Alright, now let's talk about the echo main stats and substats that you want to prioritize. Starting with the main echo stats, the 4 costs you definitely want to go for crit rate and crit damage. If for the 3 costs you want to go for arrow damage and attack percent, preferably you want arrow damage, but if you have the better substats on the attack percent, you can go for that as well. And for the 1 cost, you strictly want attack percent. Moving on to the Echo substats. For what you want to go for, he has a 65% crit rate requirement, so that is going to be the highest priority, as much crit rate as possible. And then the second highest priority would be crit damage, attack percent, and the lower is going to be heavy attack damage percent, as he does scale on heavy damage. But just make sure to hit that 65% crit damage requirement, as it's needed to fulfill his full buff requirements. Alright, now let's go over his best weapon options. So regarding his weapon options, of course, the best weapon is going to be his signature Emerald Sentence. This will give him the most value, with a main stat of 24% crit rate, and the effect, attack is increased by 12%, casting Echo skill, grants 1 stack of Bamboo Cleaver, which is a 30% heavy attack damage bonus, and even using Echoes will also gain an additional stack, which can stack up to 2 times, so you gain 60% heavy attack damage bonus, and additionally, casting the intro skill grants the extra 20% Echo skill damage bonus to all resonators in a team. So 60% heavy attack bonus to himself, and then an additional 20% Echo skill damage to the whole team, which can be pretty good, especially alongside characters that do Echo skill damage. But if you don't want to pull on the 5-star signature weapon, the alternative would be the standard weapon banner, the standard sword Emerald of Genesis, which still provides that much needed crit rate that he wants, 24% crit rate main stat. Also has energy regen, so he gains his ultimate a lot faster. Pretty good for his sub DPS position, as his ultimate gives that crit damage buff to the whole team, so that's gonna be pretty good. Another 5-star that will work really good on him would be the Red Spring, and if I mention 4-star alternatives, you can use the Lemon Gloss and the Some More Anchor. Alright, now let's cover his best team synergies. QIUYUAN can increase the Echo skill damage of the next Resonator, making him an excellent support for main DPS units who rely heavily on Echo skill damage, and his partner is of course the recent character Galbrina. I'm sure Folova came to mind as well, but unfortunately, his Echo skill damage buff only applies to active on-field characters, so it won't be much use to Folova, who leaves the field after casting her Resonance Aberration. But with that being said, here are all his main teams at his release. Alright, so the first team is of course going to be his main team alongside Galbrina. Those two are going to be quite the duo. You can put QIUYUAN as a sub DPS with Galbrina as the main DPS, and his sustain would be either Shorekeeper or Varina, but definitely Shorekeeper for the better option. And now for the Folova team, even if Folova isn't getting the full use of his buffs, he can still work pretty good alongside Folova. So you can use Folova as the main DPS, QIUYUAN as a sub DPS, and a other sub DPS would be Cantarilla, to basically create a full Echo skill damage team. Then we have the Hyper Carry teams. He has 2 versions. We have a premium option and a free to play option. The premium option on top is him alongside Yuno, as QIUYUAN's main source of scaling is on heavy attack damage, and Yuno provides a massive heavy attack damage buff, so those two will be pretty good together. You can use QIUYUAN as the main DPS, Yuno as a sub DPS, and you sustain Shorekeeper. And the same thing with the secondary team, but you can switch Yuno with Mortefi, which is going to work pretty good as well. And if you don't have Shorekeeper or any sustain, premium sustain, then you can simply use Varina in that slot. Now the big question is, how much value is QIUYUAN to your account? I'd say for now, anyone with Galbrina will see great results with this character. As a formidable sub DPS, he'll be the best sub DPS for a while when providing Echo skill damage, which only time will tell for the value of this character. If we do get more future releases that also scale heavily on Echo skill damage, then he will shine even more. And I can also mention, with that 3% crit damage buff from his ultimate, he can also be a pretty good option for other teams, but he's mainly good for Echo skill damage based teams. But I want to know what you guys think about his character. Let me know if you are pulling for him down below. This concludes the full QIUYUAN pre-farm guide. If you guys enjoyed, like the video, subscribe, put those notifications on. But that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.